Hey there, Warriors fans. Today we're diving into an absolute bombshell of a scenario that's been setting the NBA world on fire. Yes, you heard it right. Giannis Antetokounmpo could potentially become a Golden State Warrior in what ESPN recently described as one of the most ambitious, complicated, and mind-blowing trades in recent NBA history. Imagine the magnitude of having the Greek Freak, one of the best and most dynamic players in the league, teaming up with Stephen Curry in the Bay Area. This potential trade is so massive that it involves for teams the Warriors, Lakers, Mavericks, and Bucks, and could drastically reshape the landscape of the Western Conference for years to come. Now let's break this down. According to ESPN, Golden State would land Giannis Antetokounmpo in this blockbuster trade. But hold on, acquiring such a megastar would come at a significant price. In this scenario, Draymond Green, a beloved figure in the Warriors organization and crucial to their dynasty alongside Curry and Thompson, would pack his bags and head to Los Angeles to join the Lakers. Green's departure would undoubtedly signal the end of an era, breaking up a championship core that's brought so much success to Golden State. Losing Draymond means losing the heartbeat of the team, the vocal leader whose defensive tenacity and exceptional basketball IQ have defined Warriors basketball for nearly a decade. There's no question that Green's absence would fundamentally alter the team's chemistry and identity on the floor. Beyond just losing Green, Golden State would also give up several key young talents who have been crucial rotation pieces. We're talking about Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Pajimski, and Trace Jackson-Davis, all promising youngsters who've shown glimpses of incredible potential and could thrive in bigger roles elsewhere. Losing these future assets could certainly sting, especially considering how important depth has become in today's NBA. However, let's consider the flip side of this massive deal. Landing Giannis Antetokounmpo would provide the Warriors with a transcendent superstar capable of carrying a franchise. Pairing Giannis's physical dominance, unstoppable drives, and elite defense with Curry's unparalleled shooting and leadership would immediately form one of the most lethal duos ever seen in the league. The idea of seeing these two on the court together has Warriors fans dreaming of not just another title run, but perhaps an entirely new dynasty. This trade could genuinely extend Golden State's championship window significantly, giving the Warriors a chance to dominate again and reignite their quest for multiple championships. Meanwhile, let's shift our attention to the Lakers, who might end up as huge winners in this scenario. By acquiring Draymond Green and Daniel Gafford, the Lakers would directly address their biggest weaknesses: defensive versatility and interior protection. Green's defensive prowess, playmaking, and toughness alongside LeBron James would instantly bolster the Lakers' defense, making them formidable contenders once again. Daniel Gafford, on the other hand, offers much-needed rim protection and athleticism, filling a critical void that's plagued Los Angeles in recent seasons. Of course, the Lakers would have to part ways with Austin Reeves, a promising young player beloved by fans for his hustle, effort, and scoring ability. Losing Reeves would hurt, but the immediate benefit of acquiring veteran talent like Green and Gafford, who fit seamlessly into their roster, would undoubtedly outweigh that loss. As for Dallas, this trade would strategically reshape their roster while giving them important financial flexibility for the future. The Mavericks would send away Daniel Gafford and Maxi Kleber, but receive Gabe Vincent, a tough and experienced guard who's proven his playoff resilience. Vincent would bolster Dallas' guard rotation, complementing Luka Doncic and bringing a much-needed competitive edge. The Mavericks would also gain valuable draft assets, including a future first-round pick from the Lakers, enhancing their long-term flexibility and allowing them to make key moves down the road. Now let's not forget the Bucks angle. Trading away Giannis is a massive gamble, and one might argue Milwaukee's return in this specific trade could be underwhelming, considering they are giving up arguably a top 3 player in the league. Instead of receiving an established superstar in return, Milwaukee would focus on rebuilding by gathering several promising young talents like Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Pajimski, Trace Jackson-Davis, and Austin Reeves, along with additional picks. These players represent a fresh start, but there's certainly a risk involved. Milwaukee could potentially hold out for higher caliber prospects from other teams like Toronto's Scotty Barnes or Houston's Alperen Sengun, who might have higher ceilings and more immediate star potential. This trade scenario would undeniably represent one of the largest and most complex trades in recent NBA history, with each team experiencing significant and immediate roster transformations. It's not just about one team's win, it's a series of calculated risks and gambles for all involved. The ripple effects across the Western Conference would be enormous, potentially creating new rivalries and shifting the power balance dramatically. franchises would have to weigh the long-term consequences carefully against immediate championship potential. What makes this scenario particularly fascinating is not only its complexity, but also the historical significance it would carry. Such a move would be comparable to the biggest blockbuster deals we've seen before, like the Anthony Davis or Kevin Durant trades, which reshaped the NBA overnight. With GNS potentially joining Curry, the Warriors could solidify their status as perennial contenders, while the Lakers could dramatically enhance their immediate championship prospects. Meanwhile, Dallas strategically adjusts their depth and future assets, and Milwaukee would take a daring step toward rebuilding their future round youth. In a league driven by superstars and blockbuster trades, the mere idea of Giannis Antetokounmpo teaming up with Steph Curry is enough to ignite excitement, debate, and endless speculation among NBA fans worldwide. While this deal remains purely speculative for now, its potential impact and the conversations it generates show just how dynamic, thrilling, and unpredictable the NBA continues to be. This blockbuster deal would resonate throughout the entire NBA, significantly reshaping the competitive landscape of the Western Conference. If this trade were to go through, the immediate impact would be felt by teams like the Phoenix Suns, Denver Nuggets, and even the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are currently poised to dominate the conference in the upcoming seasons. With GNS teaming up with Curry in Golden State and Draymond Green bringing his championship pedigree and defensive brilliance to the Lakers, the balance of power would shift dramatically. The arrival of Antetokounmpo in the Bay Area would immediately thrust the Warriors back into serious title contention. Imagine a scenario where Curry's elite shooting and playmaking perfectly complement Giannis's relentless physicality and defensive versatility. Defending against the Warriors would suddenly become a nightmare scenario for opponents, with Curry spacing the floor to unprecedented levels and Antetokounmpo dominating the paint and creating mismatches on every possession. Teams across the NBA would be forced to rethink their strategies, entirely building rosters specifically designed to compete against this formidable duo. For the Lakers, the acquisition of Draymond Green and Daniel Gafford represents a strategic upgrade, particularly on defense, a glaring weakness they've desperately needed to address. Green's basketball IQ, leadership, and championship experience alongside LeBron James could re-establish a winning culture for the Lakers, transforming them into genuine contenders again. Green's versatility means he could guard virtually any player on the floor, providing LeBron the relief he needs defensively, while also bringing an extra layer of playmaking. Meanwhile, Daniel Gafford would fortify the Lakers' interior defense, significantly a critical factor considering Anthony Davis's frequent health issues. However, it's essential to consider the broader implications of such a dramatic reshuffle. Golden State fans would certainly celebrate landing a generational talent like Giannis, but the loss of Draymond Green cannot be understated. Green's departure might fundamentally disrupt the Warriors' chemistry and organizational stability. His role in shaping the defensive identity and overall team culture has been pivotal throughout Golden State's dominant years. Without him, Golden State risks entering unfamiliar territory trying to integrate a new superstar without the player who anchored their defense and leadership for nearly a decade. At the same time, the Milwaukee Bucks would be taking a monumental risk by trading their franchise superstar, possibly signaling the beginning of a challenging rebuild. Trading away a player of Giannis's caliber demands an exceptional return, typically involving at least one young star with clear franchise potential. While Jonathan Kuminga and Austin Reeves hold promise, it remains uncertain whether either possesses the talent or ceiling required to become the cornerstone of a new Bucks era. Bucks fans would rightfully question whether the organization receives sufficient value for trading away the face of their franchise, a player who single-handedly elevated them to championship contention for years. The Mavericks, although seemingly a minor participant in this complex scenario, would gain valuable future flexibility. Gabe Vincent, who recently showcased his resilience and skill in high-stakes playoff basketball, would immediately contribute by adding grit and versatility to Dallas's roster. The extra draft capital acquired would also position Dallas favorably for future trade scenarios or roster enhancements, potentially helping them build around Luka Doncic more effectively in the long run. While the immediate winners and losers in such a trade scenario may seem clear, the ultimate impact remains highly unpredictable. NBA history is littered with examples of blockbuster trades that looked like sure wins or losses initially but evolved differently over time. For example, consider how initial skepticism about the Kevin Durant trade to Golden State vanished once championships followed, or how trades involving superstars like James Harden or Kyrie Irving have produced mixed results despite significant initial excitement. Thus, while the Warriors might initially look like big winners, long-term success would depend heavily on how quickly and seamlessly GNS integrates into Golden State's unique culture and system. In terms of league-wide ramifications, the trade would ignite intense competition in the West, reshaping the dynamics and rivalries. The emergence of Golden State as a rejuvenated powerhouse could trigger reactive trades and aggressive roster moves from other contending franchises such as the Suns, Clippers, and Nuggets. The NBA thrives on narratives, and few would be as compelling as the storyline of Giannis's move to Golden State, transforming the team once again into a championship juggernaut. Ultimately, the hypothetical nature of this trade doesn't diminish the excitement and intrigue it generates. Fans around the league would eagerly anticipate the unfolding of such dramatic moves, wondering if their teams would respond with equally aggressive maneuvers. NBA front offices would undoubtedly feel pressure to respond, prompting a series of reactive transactions that could further shake up the league. As teams jockey to match the newfound strength of Golden State and the Lakers, the league would enter a thrilling era of heightened competition, new rivalries, and endless possibilities. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. The basketball world is buzzing with speculation after a surprising development involving the Golden State Warriors. Sources close to the team have hinted at the possibility that the Warriors are gearing up to bring in Trae Young, the dynamic and electrifying point guard known for his scoring prowess and playmaking skills. While no official announcement has yet been made beyond the initial confirmation of talks, fans and analysts alike are already buzzing about what this move could mean for the Warriors roster and future. Trae Young, who has made a name for himself as one of the league's most exciting young talents, would represent a significant shift in Golden State's style of play. Known for his deep shooting range, fearless drives to the basket, and ability to create opportunities for teammates, Young's arrival could inject a new level of offensive firepower into a team that has traditionally thrived on sharpshooting and ball movement. The Warriors' confirmed interest in Young suggests they are eyeing a potential shakeup, possibly signaling a rebuild or an aggressive push to reclaim their dominance in the league. Rumors swirling around the league suggest that the Warriors' front office is exploring multiple avenues to make this happen, including possible trades or roster adjustments. Trae Young's contract situation and relationship with his current team add layers of complexity, but the Warriors' apparent willingness to pursue such a high-profile acquisition indicates a strong desire to make waves this offseason. The potential pairing of Young with Golden State's existing stars could lead to a dynamic backcourt that combines experience, shooting, and playmaking in ways fans haven't seen before. While the details remain tightly under wraps, the excitement is already building. Some insiders suggest that this move could also impact the Warriors' salary cap and future draft strategies, showing how serious the franchise is about reshaping its identity. Trae Young's style of play might also bring a fresh challenge to the team's defensive schemes, demanding adjustments from both coaches and players alike. As the rumor mill churns, fans are left to speculate on how this potential signing could change the NBA landscape. Could the Warriors once again become the team to beat, or is this just a tantalizing possibility that may never fully materialize? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. The whispers of Trae Young joining the Golden State Warriors have already sparked a new wave of excitement and anticipation in the basketball world. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.